When you pair this Viture Luma Ultra with this Pro neckband, you not only get an AR display, you get 6DOF, a built-in AI assistant, the entire Android App Store, triple screen on Mac or Windows, and gaming possibilities never seen before. Before I continue this video, I'm just going to give you a quick disclosure. Viture did send me these two controllers and some other stuff. This video is completely independent. I can say whatever the heck I want, and that's what I'm going to do. But I'm just giving that disclosure so you know I'm still going to try to make this the most unbiased review I can. And if anyone else is reviewing these glasses with all the exact same accessories I just mentioned, they were probably given to them. So hopefully they disclose that as well. So you're probably wondering, what is all the buzz about AR glasses? I've reviewed the Ray Neo Air 3S Pros, Air 3S, the X Real 1, and the X Real 1 Pro. All different AR glasses in the market. So what sets these Viture glasses apart? For one, stuff I mentioned that the neckband can do, which allows you to use these glasses separate from your phone. But before we even get into the neckband stuff, let's see what we can do with just these glasses alone. The first thing you'll notice on the Vitures is the ability to adjust each individual eye depending on your vision. You also have pretty similar features on both these and the Air 3S Pros, like the ability to adjust 3 different levels on the sides here dependent on your head shape. In addition to that, you also get 3 different sets of nose pads, 1, 2, and 3. And each one of them pushes the glasses a little bit farther away from your face. With so many adjustment levels, basically whoever you are, you can get these to fit perfectly and have everything in your field of view. Now there's one thing that's really underrated about these glasses, the appearance. In my opinion, these AR glasses look cooler than any other AR glasses on the market. I mean, don't these look so freaking cool? No one talks about that. All other AR glasses kind of look the same, like these Air 3S Pros look exactly the same as the X Reals. They look good, but these Vitures just have this cool reflective quality and this cool tint that is still black, but it's hard to describe. And I can still see the camera through these, by the way. It's tinted, but it's not like pitch black, although there is a setting to do that while you're using them. So that's kind of the first thing that sets them apart. If you're using these glasses, most of the time, the thing you're probably going to connect it to is your phone. It just snaps right onto the right arm, and then you can put them down, and then you get your entire phone screen mirrored in front of you. Now at this point, you have several different buttons on the glasses. The one at the bottom of the right arm is the one that adjusts the electrochromic film. If that's basically just transition lenses, but they're electrically powered. So if I press it once, everything behind my phone gets pretty close to pitch black. And if I press it again, then it gets a lot clearer and I can see the background and everything around my phone screen. You also have 2 different buttons on the right side. One of them turns up the brightness. From here, you can just do all the normal things like scroll through your different screens, go on YouTube maybe, watch videos. Now the quality of the screen is really, really good, but here is where it gets crazy. The bottom left of my screen, you'll see Spacewalker. This is an app available on both Android and iOS. If I open that, you get something pretty amazing that I don't know if any of the other AR glasses do, but you'll see here, it says laser pointer. When I move my phone around, there's actually a screen I'm looking at, and I can kind of use this to track, sort of like a hand tracker, but more like a remote. And there's a little laser pointer, which I can use to select things, and I'll just tap on the actual phone to select things. I can also switch it to trackpad. This one's really cool. You just move this around as a little trackpad, like it's on your laptop. And you do 2 if you want to swipe left and right, scroll up and down. It's really easy. Like, it's just like a real trackpad. And you can't actually see the screen now, but let me explain it to you. So when you open this Spacewalker app, you get live news on the front left of the screen. If I can find a mock-up of this, I'll just show it to you from Viture's website or YouTube channel. But right now it's showing ABC News Live. On the right, you get a bunch of different streaming apps. There's YouTube, Prime Video, Hulu, GeForce Now, Netflix, Disney Plus, YouTube Movies, Xbox Cloud, Pluto TV, Plex, Roku Channel, Viki, Twitch, Kick, iCloud, and 360 cities. So I can just move this trackpad over or the laser pointer and select any of those. And I can kind of just use this as my own personal media system. The very bottom kind of looks like what you have on the Mac. It's like a little dock of different apps. Down here you have a web browser, a document reader, media player, photo gallery, Xbox Cloud Gaming, GeForce Now, Xbox Remote Play, and Moonlight, which if you don't know what Moonlight is, basically remote play from your Windows PC. Basically what that allows you to do is stream games from your computer to these glasses without needing any cords. And you also don't need the neckband. You just need your phone and this cord that comes with it, connect a Bluetooth controller to my computer, and I can play whatever the heck I want on my PC. Literally anything. Moonlight's also the best app that Apple Vision Pro has to game on the PC through the Apple Vision Pro. So they have that. And they have Xbox Remote Play. I can turn on my Xbox, turn on Remote Play, and boom, I can play games on here, on my Xbox that might not be on cloud gaming that I just own. And all you have to do is download the free app space walker. That's it. You also see at the bottom of this a couple different buttons. The home button, which brings you back to the home screen, and the back button, which brings you back one step. You can do all of that without needing the fancy neckband, just the glasses and the wire that it comes with, which really easily magnetically attaches, so you don't need to plug it in before putting them on your head. And the other side is a USB-C, if you were wondering. Now you can also plug this end into your MacBook, into your Windows computer, whatever you want to mirror the screen onto these glasses, and it will work great. Now there is one other crazy thing you can do with these glasses without the neckband, and that involves plugging it into your MacBook or PC. So on both Mac and Windows, there's also an app called Spacewalker. But what Spacewalker does on those systems is completely different than what it does on your phone. Essentially, it allows for some pretty crazy control. So just plug the cord into your Mac or Windows, and then you can have up to 3 screens. So imagine you have your laptop with you, you're just out maybe in a coffee shop or in an airplane seat. Before I use the Neo Air 3S Pros, plug them right into my laptop and it would black out my laptop screen. I would get an enormous monitor and I could edit my own YouTube videos on the plane without the people to my left and right staring at me editing a video of my own face. But with those Air 3S Pros, works great. And I get that one great screen and the glasses are less than $300. But with these, all I do is open the Spacewalker app. You can do 60, 90, or 120 hertz refresh rate, which is amazing. Secondly, you can choose a single display, 2 displays side by side, so 2 screens from your Mac, 3 screens side by side, which kind of wrap around. So it's like one screen, and another screen, like the Inmo R3s. Then you can do 3 stacked displays vertically, which I used to have in my last apartment in Texas. I had 3 literal screens stacked like this. I'll see if I can find a picture. But it's like that in the glasses, which is crazy. And then you have portrait, landscape, portrait. So the middle screen is landscape. Both screens on both sides are portrait. And then you can do whatever you want on your Mac, on your laptop, on your Windows, all of that stuff. And this is still without the neckband. And this is actually 6DOF. So when you're doing this, if you find that some of the details aren't clear enough, you have really tiny text, you can lean closer, or you could literally walk towards the screen, peek in at little details. You can also push the screen forward and backward, obviously, but really cool that you can actually walk around this triple screen or inch closer or inch farther away. This also means you could game on either of those devices with it plugged in and have multiple screens, so you could game on one of the screens and maybe have a tutorial on one of the other ones. Pretty cool. But now we're going to start getting into the crazy stuff, and that's the stuff with this insane neckband. So the first off, when you connect this neckband to these glasses, which is also very easy, you just wear the neckband around your neck like this, and you have the same little magnetic thing. You just plop it on there, and then you put the glasses on. And now the possibilities get pretty crazy. So you'll see on the Viture glasses themselves, there are 2 cameras, one on each side. And on the bottom of the neckband, there is another camera. All these cameras enable 6DOF, which if you don't know what that means, it's like the Apple Vision Pro when you put a screen somewhere and you can walk around it. 3DOF is just when there's screens in a space and they kind of stay where they are. So I could put a screen over here, I could look this way, look back this way, but if I walk forward, it kind of moves with me. 6DOF, you could put a screen somewhere, it'll stay there when you look a different direction, but if I walk towards it, it'll stay there in this space, so I can go behind it, I can go around it, I can look really close at specific details. So 6DOF is crazy. You get it in VR most of the time, you get it in the Apple Vision Pros. It's really amazing. This combo does that. But another thing that this camera down here enables is hand tracking. So you saw the laser pointer, you saw the little trackpad on the phone, but with this, you get hand tracking and you get your very own AI assistant. Let me show you. So first, let's power it on with this 3rd button back here. Okay, so you'll see the home screen right here, and you see the cursor kind of moving a little bit. I actually have head tracking enabled, which is a really cool feature. So if I look around, I can highlight different things just by looking at it, but you are gonna need this phone app called Neckband Remote. It's on Android and iOS, and it's that same remote that I was showing you earlier, right? The trackpad, the laser pointer, you can use both of those with this system, but you can also turn on head tracking. And lastly, you can do hand tracking. So if I tap and hold this bottom left button here, it says hand gesture activated. So now I can lift my hand and you'll see my hand has become this laser pointer. So I could click on any of this stuff, for instance, Chrome, and you see my hand right there, the little highlights around it, and I tap my finger and it opens Chrome. You actually get real hand tracking, which is pretty insane. And it works most of the time. You also have other controls. If I look at the top of my hand and I put my hand into a fist, it will reset the center of the screen. And if I tap my finger together, it will go back. So you said it exited the screen and now it's back to the home screen. And if I tap and hold like this, it will bring up this menu. So obviously you can do all these controls without your hand. And honestly, I would recommend most people just use the Neckband remote app because, well, it's just really easy to do and you don't have to move your hand everywhere. And people might look at you if you do that. So this is a lot easier. Like no one thinks of anything if you're just swiping your thumb around your phone. It's pretty normal to do. So first impressions with this UI it's crazy. You guys might not be able to tell, but all of this stuff is 3D. Now, if I tap the bottom left button on the Neckband, I also get this cool menu. You turn on multi-screen, you could turn on head tracking on and off, smooth follow. Basically, it makes the screen follow you when you turn your head, but it does it in a really cool, responsive way rather than being kind of a static way you would see in other AR glasses. But let's turn that off so that the screen locks in place over here. Screen size, so if you tap on that, I have it set to 0%. You can make it 50% bigger. Wow, this is huge. Oh my goodness, those apps are enormous. That looks like it's like a foot tall, that settings app, just for reference. Or you can make it 50% smaller, in which case it kind of just looks like the size of my 32-inch monitor about 6 feet away. So pretty small, but I'm gonna keep it at 0. You also have Android mode. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but the fan is going on this Neckband. It does have a fan. But you have 3 different modes that you can set the Neckband to. I'm on balanced, which uses the fan when it wants to and turns it off when it doesn't need it. But if you turn on Android mode, it has lower latency, better gaming performance, and reduced fan noise. But it disables the smooth follow. It disables head tracking and disables multi-screen, which I don't use a ton with a Neckband anyways. It's a simpler layout, but I really do like that 3D mode. You also have other buttons on here. There's the volume. By the way, the sound effects are really cool. If you can hear them, you should be able to. And the last user experience kind of thing, if you're moving the trackpad around and you get near one of these apps, it snaps to it, which makes selecting things really easy. It's just a little quality of life thing, which is really quite nice in my opinion. And lastly, you have the third button up here, which just puts the Neckband to sleep. And if you tap and hold it, it turns it off. Let me show you the AI, because this is pretty insane. Now this AI is kind of a unique design. So this setup is extremely good for gaming. And the AI is actually like tuned to be really good at offering advice on games, like how to get through different quests that you're stuck on, tips for like whatever game you're playing. Like it's tuned for that, which is kind of crazy. You can also ask it any AI questions that you want. And all you do is say, hey, Wizard, what's the weather in Hawaii? So it shows you the text response and it gives you an audio response. So it's literally like an AI assistant like Gemini, which is really cool.
Currently in Hawaii, particularly in Honolulu, the weather is sunny with temperatures around 81 degrees Fahrenheit. There are breezy trade winds and partly cloudy skies. Expect passing trade wind showers, especially on the windward side of Maui and the Big Island, where rainfall totals could range from 1 to 3 inches.
That follows your head around, unlike the rest of the screen, which stayed static. Go away. So
Activities,
that's cool too, right? I can just say go away and the AI assistant goes away. But isn't that crazy? An AI assistant in AR glasses? Like, that's crazy. Okay, now let's go over the pre-installed apps because they go crazy. And then we'll get into some of the other crazy apps you can download. So we have the Play Store. I'll show you in a bit. We have Gmail, YouTube. There's just so many good apps. And this is all on Android. So there's so many cool things here. We have Chrome, Photos, and this is Google Photos. So that's what it's synced to. All of your Google Photos from your past are here. 8 years ago, I look so moody. That's just the Google Photos app. The videos you record on here, that you screen record, they'll sync to your Google Photos too, which is nice. We have 3D Player, which lets you watch 3D videos. So you can watch your own videos, it'll transform them to 3D, or you can do dedicated 3D videos. And it's kind of hard to showcase this, but I'll show you what it's supposed to look like via some of Viture's footage. Then you have settings, and there's a lot of these. What's really important is the Viture device settings. You can obviously update the glasses, the neckband, send feedback, or change the refresh rate from 60 or 90 in the neckband itself. And you can control the fan speed. So these are the modes I was talking about. You can set it to quiet mode, which I'll do. So much better. Now let's go back. Next we have YouTube Music. Pretty crazy. Comes by default. You can also download Spotify or whatever music apps you want. Then we have PX Play and XBX Play. You don't know what those are? Basically, it's remote play. So I already tested this. You just turn on your PlayStation or Xbox and enable remote play in the settings. It'll tell you how to do that. Then once you have it enabled, you open the PX Play app or the Xbox Play app. And then everything from your Xbox One, your Xbox Series X, or your PlayStation 4, 5, whatever, you can can see in these glasses. So you get the huge screen, and obviously it's like tethered in place too. Really, really cool. And then you can play it anywhere. Even if you had like a TV, but you wanted to lay in your bed and play a game that's like only on your PS5 or your Xbox One, like it's not cloud gaming, you just own it, have it downloaded. You can just remote play it, lay in your bed and play it on the ceiling with your controller. You could go to another room and keep playing it, or like maybe while you're in the kitchen cooking or something, you could have your controller with you. I don't know, but you can remote play and you don't have to plug a cord like you do with other AR glasses into your game console, like an HDMI to USB-C or whatever cord into the glasses. You can just do remote play. And those are already by default in this neckband, like they're already pre-downloaded. You also have clock, that's pretty self-explanatory. You can set alarm, clock, timer, stopwatch, bedtime, all that stuff. There's a calculator, contacts, which is through Google. And then we have a bunch of other Google apps. So calendar, Google Drive, Google Keep Notes, which I use a lot. I have like travel packing lists, stuff like that on there. Then we have Google Meet, which is video chat, Google Maps, pretty crazy, right? And as you can see, it has all of my saved locations of many of my friends and etc. on here. So yeah, pretty crazy. We have messages through Google, Google TV, screencast, which I'm just gonna talk about really quick. If you tap on this, it tells you how to screencast from your Android or your Windows PC. So that's the really cool thing about this neckband. I can cast from an Android phone or a Windows desktop or laptop directly to this without a wire. Here's the other thing about this. This is not just Android or Windows. Like it shows you how to do it for these, but I already tested it on Mac and on my iPhone. It works for both of those too. You just swipe down from the top of your iPhone, press the little cast button, and then you just select your device name for the neckband. And then you can cast to these glasses without needing a wire. Like I can cast from my phone with no wire, just the neckband and glasses. I could cast from my laptop or my computer. I could cast from my computer, use a Bluetooth keyboard and lay on my bed and access my computer screen 8 feet away with no wire. Guys, it's crazy. Gesture Guide just tells you how to use the hand tracking controls I already show you. And then Solar System and Ghost Party are two of their inbuilt apps they've built themselves. And ChatGPT and the rest of the apps I show you are things I downloaded from the Play Store separately, which one of them is kind of necessary. I'll show you that in a second. But let's check out Solar System. This is insane. This is honestly mesmerizing, guys. Like I can see all the planets in orbit. I can do hand tracking to select the different planets. So let's select Uranus. And if I tap on my hand, it opens. 42 years of darkness. So it's just telling me a ton of facts about Uranus right now.
Meet Uranus, the sideways planet. This ice giant rotates on its side with its axis tilted at 98 degrees. This extreme tilt means each pole gets 42 years of continuous sunlight followed by 42 years of darkness. Uranus's atmosphere is mostly hydrogen and helium, but it also contains methane.
About Uranus, it's calling it Uranus. That's what I'm saying. It has a type, the center distance, mean density. It told me at 42 years, I guess, of daylight and then 42 years of night, which is crazy. Surface gravity, orbital period, average surface temperature of negative 224 degrees Celsius. I can pull my hand up here and press the little return button, and I can like go to any of the planets, learn this information about them, and they're all kind of orbiting in the space. I can walk towards them and get closer. Guys, I love space. This is amazing to me. I'm definitely gonna spend more time in this out of camera. I love this so much. This is underrated, but let me return. Oh, this is so cool. This is like the experience that kind of makes me feel like I'm in an Apple Vision Pro. This is crazy. No, I don't want to meet Uranus again. Let's go home with hand tracking. That's so cool, man. Up next, we have Ghost Party, which is another one of their inbuilt games. They built this for Halloween. Pretty cool. Flip your palm upward, then pinch to change the type of explosive. Draw it back, aim and release. Okay. Oh, it's like a slingshot. That's pretty cool. You hit that barrel. Are you supposed to hit the ghosts? Oh, you are supposed to hit the ghosts. Oh, that's so sad. Poor ghost. Oh, he's gone. Oh, I did it. Cool. This is pretty fun. But yeah, it's just like a really cool spatial 3D game. Like the table is just floating above my real table. That's pretty cool. Okay, let's see if I can exit. Bro, how do I exit? Oh, turn home. There we go. It was above me. Okay, now we get to the point where I've downloaded apps from the Play Store. So one of these apps I think is really, really cool and everyone needs to download it. But first, let me kind of just show you the Play Store. It's just Android, right? It's every app for Android you could ever want. I've downloaded Gemini, I've downloaded ChatGPT. You can obviously use ChatGPT voice on here if you want to. There's a lot of stuff. And there's a lot of games. You can get Minecraft natively on the system, and then you don't even need a phone to play. You just bring your controller. You can Bluetooth connect whatever you want, like a controller, mouse, and keyboard to the Neckband and just play your favorite games, Minecraft, Stardew Valley, all that stuff. And then you also have utility apps, all the streaming ones you could want, Firefox, Reddit, Destiny, a lot of stuff. So let's go home and show you what I've downloaded so far, in addition to the crazy stuff I've already showed you. So I've downloaded Spotify, obviously, Crunchyroll, Netflix, Prime Video, Sora, which is OpenAI's new video AI generation thing, I think, Amazon, Audible, TikTok, and Steam Link. This is the one, guys. Everyone needs this. This is just unbelievable. All you do is open it and make sure like Steam is opened the first time on your Windows computer. Instead of saying start playing, it'll ask you to put in a code in your computer. But after that, this just launched this game on my computer, and then it cast the screen in front of me. So now at this point, I can select any game I have on Steam and just play it. And it streams from my PC to these glasses, again with no wire. Like I can be in the kitchen if I wanted to, bring an Xbox controller, connect it via Bluetooth, and play any game on Steam that I want. Just like with this neckband and these glasses. Like there's no, oh man. But I'm gonna show you this parkour game I played for a while on here. It was really fun. It is multiplayer, so if anyone wants to play, I could use a Bluetooth mouse and keyboard, you could use a controller, whatever.
And you can also switch it to first person, which is pretty cool. Flips look pretty crazy in first person, not gonna lie. Like if I do a cork. Ow.
It's so cool, guys. Another cool thing in this mode, if you're too lazy to cast from your PC to your glasses and you're already on Steam, I can just like go over to my computer, I can exit big picture mode, and now I just have like my entire Windows desktop. So like I can open Spotify, I can see my virtual wallpaper here, I could video edit, I could browse the internet, like literally whatever I want, guys. If I was already using Steam Link and I didn't want to do that manual casting thing, I could just exit Steam while still in Steam Link, and then I can just do things on my Windows PC. It's pretty crazy. And you can also do voice to search on these too. The other cool thing, guys, the keyboard, super fast to type if you're using the companion app, like with a trackpad. When the keyboard comes up, it also comes up on your phone. So rather than having to like hand track select every letter like you would on the Apple Vision Pro, I could just type in my phone, like, and you could see under the glasses, like you just look down, you can see under them. It's not a VR headset. Super easy to like do things on your phone while you're wearing these glasses. But okay, well, while that's downloading, let's just go over the cons. These are pretty crazy, especially this combination. What these can do, it's kind of unmatched. There's not really AR glasses that can do all this stuff. But not everything's perfect, right? So let me go over some of the stuff that wasn't perfect about these glasses, this whole setup. Number one, the right arm, when you take it off, it can be a little warm after extended use. I don't really feel it when I'm wearing them really, but when I take them off, I do notice the right arm. The left arm there's like no heat whatsoever, but the right arm there's definitely heat. And the right side of the neckband where the fan is, that can get warm also after extended use. It doesn't like get close to burning me or anything, but it's something I notice when I take them off, especially when I'm done. I notice they're a little bit warm. Number two, the hand tracking. It works most of the time, but every once in a while it doesn't really work. I don't know why. That's part of the reason I prefer using the trackpad most of the time. Sometimes the hand tracking works great. Other times I find myself having to tap a couple times to get something to work, especially the open palm tap to go back. That one seems less reliable than moving your hand around, selecting things. That seems to work most of the time, but the back tap, for whatever reason, from my experience, could be improved, but that's just some software stuff hopefully they can fix. Next con, 3 hours for the neckband. That's like a good amount of time for, you know, what you would probably use AR glasses for. I've had a lot of fun testing these and I just wish it lasted longer. I'm used to the new AI glasses and stuff that last 8 or 9 hours. Inmo Air 3 is lasting 8 or 9 hours. So only getting like 3 hours of charge from these. I wish there was more. That being said, you probably shouldn't be wearing these for 8 or 9 hours straight. I'm just gonna be honest, because I mean, it is a super high resolution, enormous screen in front of you. So you're probably only gonna be using it for it's definitely less than 3 hours at a time, but it's just something I wish so that I wouldn't have to charge it as much. I mean, you can charge it while using them. So, I mean, technically you could use them forever, but I like not having to have things charged and just being able to walk around. Like on a really long flight where I use it repeatedly, if the seat doesn't have a charger, I'd probably bring a power bank. But lastly, this is probably the biggest con for most of you, the price. I mean, Viture Luma Ultras, $599 right now. I think they might actually retail higher, but they're $599 right now, and that's pretty pricey. If you wanted to get any of the other accessories, like their controller, which has like an extra bumper, there's LB, LT, and L4, and you get like 3 extra buttons on the front over here. So a lot of custom buttons. This one is mapped just like an Xbox controller. They also have one that's mapped just like a Switch controller. So if you wanted to get like any of the accessories, there's also a really cool adapter that I love that lets you plug these into your phone, but it splits it into 2 USB-C inputs so that you can charge your phone and connect your phone via a wired connection to the glasses. So sometimes with like the Rainio Air 3S Pros, I'd be playing Minecraft at night, be having a lot of fun, but it would obviously drain my phone battery because I only have an iPhone 16. I don't have one of the big iPhones anymore. So being able to charge your phone and use the glasses if you don't want the neckband at the same time, that could be a really useful accessory too. And it's just all those little tiny expenses. So cost could definitely be a factor for a lot of people. That being said, they have 4 different versions of these, all the way down from cheaper to more expensive. The Viture Luma Ultra is honestly really great in my opinion. There's one above it, which I think is the Beast, which is more centered around like productivity business stuff. So this would probably be my top recommendation. I mean, it's the only one I've used, but it's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Especially with this neckband, like the amount of options it gives you, triple screens on Mac or Windows, all that stuff. It's pretty cool. That being said, the last con I would say is the triple screens. I mean, it's not a Vision Pro. It doesn't cover up your entire field of view all around you. So you do still have to turn your head to fully see the other screens. It's just like the Inmo Air 3s in that way. Also, like tweaking the stabilization settings in the triple screens can be a tiny bit disorienting. So that is another con that I would have. But let me tell you, the gaming experience, next level. Is pretty crazy with these, and the fact that it has an entire operating system built into it. So I could just leave my phone somewhere. I could just bring this to a coffee shop and like a controller and just game and connect to their Wi-Fi. That's pretty insane. Like, it's similar to the Inmo Air 3s in that way. But yeah, this is a really cool combo. It's honestly super innovative. I love to see companies innovating like this. And you want to check out their glasses or anything, they're in the description. Again, this isn't like a sponsored video or anything. They did send me them though. So that being said, what do you guys think? Is this a cool product or is it a pass? Would you rather have glasses like with full visibility through with the screens like the Inmo Air 3s? Would you rather have really simple glasses like Ray-Ban Metas? Or do you think these are pretty cool? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. What could they do to improve them? What do you want to see from the smart glasses industry? Leave it all down there. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time.